Hi everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I'm here today with just a quick video to show you some of the things I'm making and another special request that I was able to do for my Etsy shop. So Lynn has asked, she's the one that was asking for the handwritten quotes and things, and I think she liked the first kit, but then clarified she'd also like some simple kind of one-liners. So there's so many things you can do with just some simple phrases. So here we go. I have a whole page of very positive words. Some are some are single words like love, hope, peace, softly. But there's phrases: be the light, believe in yourself. There's beauty in everything. You can do hard things. It's okay to start over. Anyway, be intentional. So just some things to help us think, to send a message to someone, those types of things. So these are available in my Etsy shop for a print and ship or a digital download. You also can just write your own on strips of paper. So don't feel, like you can't do that. I think everyone's handwriting is unique and beautiful. But if this helps you and helps your creativity, it's there and available. So thanks, Lynn, for the special request. And this time there's 5 sheets, 5 different colors because it's a full page. A few of the words do repeat. I think I did you can do hard things, maybe I love you a couple of times, or you are loved twice, but only a few, just to kind of fill it in after I got them all done. So the things I've made so far is, one, I just love making like simple, easy word tags. So this is on some book page with some washi tape, and this one says, I'm practicing being kind instead of right. Now when it prints out, it is one long line, which you could use, or you can do like what I did and chop it up. A few of these things you could probably put together even. So like this is just you can, which could stand alone, but you can be brave, you can see the good, you can slow down, be kind always, keep trying always, you are loved always. So if you wanted to piece some words together, you could. Okay, so super easy. And then these are great to have in your stash and on hand to embellish pockets, tags, journal pages, slip in a note for someone. This one is on some scrapbook paper, washi tape, and a word. Then I did the same idea, but then stapled on a ribbon, right? You can do them different sizes. This one, I added an eyelet and a charm, make today beautiful. So again, these can be great standalone items, but they're also going to be great to add to other things. Now this envelope, I decided to layer some book page on the flap, some washi tape, and some words. The reason I did that, one, is I love to alter envelopes, but here's one that's okay. But somehow in this package, in fact, these aren't even the same envelopes, but this envelope ended up with ink somehow, like just smudged, like black smear on the flap. And I'm like, well, I don't want to use that looking like that. So of course I've got to make it look pretty. So I did just get out a envelope so I can just show you really quick that process. Not that any of this is hard, but I just wanted to give you guys a few fun ideas and how you can start incorporating phrases and words. The washi tape I'm using today is by IEEBEE. I'll have my affiliate link with my 30% off coupon for you guys listed down below in the video description, and I would love if you go check it out. This one is a vintage style set of washi tape. Believe it has some new packaging too. I've had this one for a while, but you can of course look, they have so many fun things. So that's what we're going to use today. It's just some of my scraps and some bits and pieces, and we're just going to make a few things. So the first thing I want to show you is, again, how easy it was to do this envelope, even though this one isn't dirty. So I'm going to go ahead and cut straight right along that text because I just want the text underneath the washi tape. And I'm going to glue this flap to the book page. So all I'm gonna do is add glue to the flap right to where it folds. And if you want to do it in one piece like I am, you'll need a book page, obviously, that's big enough, or you could just patch it together if your book page isn't big enough for the envelope you want to use. Or you could just have that nice collagey look too. Once I put the washi tape on, the one I chose, you can tell there's book page under there, and I love that, but it's not, you know, you can't really read it or anything. Okay, and then all I'm gonna do is cut around. So I hope you like these simple, easy ideas. These are great, I think, for everybody, especially maybe beginners, or if we I don't know about you guys, I sometimes will get in a rut and I'll do the same techniques or the same ideas over and over, which is fine, but sometimes you want to remember there's other things you can do. So I'm gonna add a little ink. Don't have to, but I want to. Okay, and then we're gonna layer some of this washi tape on. And this was the tea dye distress ink. All right. So I'm gonna pick one of the ones that's a little bit wider. This is the one I used for the sample. Maybe we'll use this one. I think it's the same width, and I ended up having to do like 2 layers and then a little bit on the tip. This one has all kinds of stuff on it. It's gonna look great. So all I'm gonna do is just lay it right on top. So there's some hanging over the book page. It is that easy. And then I'm going to trim it off. Just like this. So if you like the video and the ideas, please give the video a thumbs up and drop me a comment. I appreciate that. Oh, let me show you guys what I'll do too with these little pieces. Sometimes I'll just stick them on a piece like this because I can come back through later and peel it off, and it looks really kind of like a cool sticker, right? And then I could use it somewhere, and maybe we'll use it on something else we make today. You can also come through then with a punch if you want to, and have, this is a circle, but you could, you know, do a heart, whatever, and have a little circle embellishment. So if you have the little scraps like that and you're like, oh, I don't want to lose it, go ahead and just stick it to a random piece of paper or book. I think the book page just makes it easy. And then you can use it. All right. So I just came right up to the bottom of the other piece. I made sure it was long enough. And I think this one, just to make my life a little bit easier, I'm just gonna tear it and then trim it off. And I do like to burnish the washi tape down. If you're really worried about it peeling up, you know, depending on the washi tape you're using, you can always just add some adhesive, you know, put your glue down, glue stick, whatever, just to give it a little extra stick. This is pretty sticky. You know, it would peel up if I didn't push it down really hard, but on the book page, like I said, it would come off with a layer of it. So I'm not too worried about it going anywhere. All right, this is so easy. This one's a little bit busier. Oh, I don't know if I did that one long enough, but it's good enough. It's definitely a little bit busier because of the washi tape I chose. So that may mean I just want to embellish a little bit more. You think, Pam, it's busier. Why would you embellish more? But I could do some layering on here that might make it a little more enjoyable for me, just in the style that I like. So let me see what I can do to this. And again, I love using envelopes in my journals. Of course, I use envelopes just to go through the mail and to store things. And I use a lot of envelopes. So I never pass up an envelope or save envelopes that come through the mail and things so that I can use them. Okay, so what might be fun here, like I said, this one I just loved with the word, but maybe I pulled out a few scraps. I was making recently a Beauty and the Beast, a little golden book junk journal for a friend of mine to give to a friend of hers. And I had these pretty yellows and pinks and blues out for the spine and different things. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a little cluster maybe. So let's look. There's some of these really skinny ones in here too that make me happy. Maybe some with like some script. Like I said, I've had these for a while, and some of them I have used and some I have not. This one, it looks like I've used a little bit. All right, super skinny. I just love that you can make paper look so different just by adding, you know, a little embellishment. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's pick our word out. And I'm gonna stay with this page that I've been cutting from, and I just for whatever reason started at the bottom. I want something a little bit longer. I think I'll just go up to the top and cut out "You Are Loved." Now you could use a ruler and carefully, you know, tear. There's a little bit of room if you are like me and you like to finger tear. So, you know, just play with it. And if you're gonna write your own, what I think one of the best things to use, this is the book page I just trimmed off. You can, you know, write out your words and then, you know, tear them and have them. So again, you can get creative, especially, you know, if you don't print and you like this idea, just get yourself some scraps and start writing. Okay, now what about this piece? This might look cool. It's gonna need a little bit of glue, but it's almost like you're making your own custom stickers or washi tape because it picks up some of that paper. Look at that. All right, let me put this down. Yeah, this is making me happy. I think I'm just gonna glue it down. Again, I could keep going, but fun. And I love things that look scrappy. All right, there we go. So this would be great. I could like send a letter to my dad. I could send a letter to my aunt, one of my aunts, something like that. And then they'll say, "Oh, you are loved." Or I could send it to one of the kids, you know. So love that. Same with this one. Okay, fun times. All right, so then really quick, another super quick way to get yourself some fun embellishments. Here's just another piece of book page, and this is how I did these, just to have on hand, these two. Pick whichever washi tape you want to use. I don't think I've used this one, or I haven't used it today. Nope, I haven't used it. All right. Let's see. And all I'm gonna do, again, is layer it right on the book page. I love simple projects. And these are things you may have done before, or you're like, oh, well, I could have thought of that, and that's okay. I'm just sharing with you my ideas. There we go. The butterflies are fun. So I can make this into like two kind of chunky ones, depending on the words we choose. Or, you know, a big one. I could chop up one of these longer ones. Why don't we do Be Kind and Softly and kind of make some a little bit different shape. And then we'll make some with some scrap paper. All right. And I obviously have a little bit of, okay, it came off. I was like, I have some ink on my fingers because there's a smudge on Softly. A Softly smudge. All right. I think I've said thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it when you do. I know there's lots of things you could be doing with your time, or other people you could be watching as well. And I hope you do watch other creators. But thank you for being here with me. All right, so I kind of like seeing the number, and I think this is going to tear. It is. I was like, I think it's going to tear. So I think I'm just going to put, this would also look cute, just cutting these out and using them on something else. If I just feel like it's covering up the butterfly a little too much, maybe I'll put it here. And maybe a little piece of ribbon or something would help this one. What do y'all think? Let's see. Maybe something like this. Yeah. You know, sometimes just a little dab of ribbon. What is, you know, just something a little extra. I keep thinking, I think it's Brylcreem, a little dab will do ya. I've talked about that before. I'm showing my age. Okay. That's funny to me. There we go. Softly. That's cute. Now, if you want these to be sturdier and thicker, put it on a piece of scrapbook paper or cardstock or something. But I'm happy with mine being nice and thin because I'm most likely going to be putting these on other things. So they're not gonna, unless you intentionally, you know, try to tear it, they're gonna be fine with the washi tape on the paper. And this one, that doesn't really go. I think I'm just gonna leave that one. All right, so then the ones that I just made, it's basically the same idea with or without washi tape, but just using your paper. So paper that you wanna use or scraps like I have. So let's see. I'm gonna, for just my own purposes, cut this at 1.5 right now. I can't decide which side I want to use. Maybe we'll do one on one side and one on the other side, because I'm thinking this will be really pretty. Oh, here, I'll tear it because I like that torn edge. This will be really pretty with that pink. It's like blue with roses. And, whoa, okay. I'm going to see if I can get 2 out of here. So there's 1. It does help. I think it looks better if you get your washi tape straight. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. See how it's lifting up for me? Because I hadn't pushed it down hard, or, you know, burnished it in. All right, so that's a little bit straighter. I think this one's okay. I am going to cut it in half. There we go. If you want to ink, you can ink. Let's see if I have some phrases that will fit on here. How about I believe in you? And a lot of times you might want to start with the phrase you want to use so you know what length to make yours. I got a little excited. All right, I'm just going to glue that one down. I'm not even going to ink it. All right. Oops, you know what? I really like that rose. I'm going to put it to this side so it can cover up that little rose. And again, these, you can tear these more. You can layer it onto other paper. All kinds of things. We're going to do another one, and then we're going to do one on this side and maybe do a, you know, a little eyelet or something. And then we'll stop because I'm just having fun. All right. We're going to do a bigger one. How about, I think this will fit. You are so very loved. Okay. Like I said, one of the things I really enjoy is using words in my crafting. So this is right up my alley, as you can imagine. I'm looking at my washi tape options. Let's see. I kind of want maybe even just some script, because this paper, even though it's the orientation is sideways, it's going to be pretty, I think, with that showing through. Just realized I haven't put I need to put a word on there too, which I will in just a minute, or a phrase. Okay. All right, I'm putting this on my piece of book page for later. Oh yeah, it kind of, I don't know if you can see, but I think it just sort of breaks it up a touch. I love it. I'm gonna put it here. And we'll finish this one. Now, I've also done some, and I didn't do one today, but I really love doing this, where you use like a craft cardstock, so like a neutral, okay? Like, let's just pretend, and, you know, put it wherever width, and then leave the neutral, but then put your scrap. I know I'm getting distracted, but. So, let's see. Let's just imagine this was like a craft cardstock. And then you put a piece like this on there. To decorate it. So you have, you know, a nice neutral. Somebody could write more on there if they wanted to. Oh, we'll just make one. Since I haven't even finished this one. I haven't finished this one. This is how my brain works. And I really, I don't know. I get so many ideas, and then I want to share them with you guys. All right. So we'll have that. And then I did it on white instead of craft, but I did say it would work great with something neutral. White is neutral. I'm going to use a little piece of this one. All right. Washi tape. I have too many out. Now they're all falling. I do like it when they stay where they're supposed to. Okay, there we go. And again, you can leave it a little bit longer. I think I'm going to trim this one off. All right, I need to find a word for this one and a word for this one, and then we'll finish embellishing these. So for this one, I think I'm going to do good things will happen, but I may cut it apart. And how, all right, we'll just go with good things will happen and listen to your heart. And I'm open to maybe doing another handwritten kit. I probably will do another one like with quotes. If again, there seems to have been quite a bit of interest. But if there's something, you know, that you would like, let me know. I can't promise because I'm still really, really learning. And I think Lynn asked for these like at the beginning of the year, and it's April. But, you know, here we are. So life's good. Okay. And as far as like words and quotes, if it is a quote, I do want just to be very careful to make sure that legally, you know, I can use the quotes and sell them. I think it's one thing when you give the person credit and you use the quote versus selling them even if you give credit. So anyway, that's why I look at public domain quotes. When it's just words or phrases that any of us could think of to say, I'm not too worried. All right, I think I'm going to put this one here. Once I cut off, I wanted it a little thinner so I could see a little more of the pattern. All right, so this one is listen to your heart. And I think on this one, I'm going to cut it right here. And we're going to do good things will happen. maybe. Yeah, it needs something. It does. It just needs something. Maybe a little more washi tape. This is a different one, but I think it's going to coordinate. We'll just see what happens. And if you're still watching and you're still here listening to me chatter, thank you. I appreciate it. I know this is one of those videos that I think most people will be like, oh, that's cool, and then move on to the next thing, and that's okay. All right. I haven't inked this, but I am going to stick it down because I want to move on. All right. There we go. My husband's been mowing the grass today, so I think he's stopped now. I hope it wasn't too loud. While I was filming, I didn't think about it, and he started first, so. And it needed to be mowed, so there you go. All right. And I get to craft, so I'm not ever going to complain or say anything about him mowing, right? Okay. I am going to just do a charm on one of these, and I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it on this one just because it is a little bit bigger, and I think we'll handle it a little better. And I'm going to use a, yeah, that'll be fun. The green will go with that green leaf right there. And I'm going to grab this really old tool that I have. This is it's called a silent setter. I don't think they make them anymore. But until I figure out my crocodile issues, I'm going old school, and it's working for me. I think you might be able to find these like on eBay and stuff, but I've had mine for a while, but that's what it is. Okay. Let's pick a charm, and we're going to be done. And I get these charms on Amazon, and again, I have all different kinds. I've been using them. I've been in a mood to use charms lately, and this one looks like, oh, it's Queen Elizabeth II. You know, I get in moods where I'm like, I'm using a lot of ribbon. I'm using a lot of seam binding. I'm using a lot of charms. I love my ball pins. So anyway, it's all fun. There we go. See how easy and cute, just from, of course, it's yellow in the back, which is nice too, but just from a simple, easy, get that to hang right, little piece of cardstock, washi tape, scraps, and I hope I gave you some ideas that you'll enjoy using. And if you like the words, I hope you'll visit my Etsy shop and take a look. All right. Thanks, everybody. Until next time, have a great day.